Hey, hello, 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 hello. You are welcome here. I am just taking this page off the screen. Thank you for always coming here to join us. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm sure we have all been waiting for this very moment from the time the advert was placed on social media. We have been waiting for this time to speak with a very important person, a VIP. So I'm really grateful you are here to join us. Thank you very much. Today we have our one and only Judge Funmi Asaolu. And if you remember, I once said, she is our Judge Judy of Nigeria. She is the Judge Judy of Africa. Of Africa. Or she, right? She's someone you would like to hear from. Her wealth of wisdom, her wealth of experience. And I'm so delighted that you are able to make it all here, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, make your comments here, and she'll be ready to answer any question you've got. Thank you also for sending in your questions right from the very beginning. You sent them on Slido, and we appreciate it. I can see some people here. If you're here, just say hi, just say hello, hello, hello. All right, before we start, I would like to show you a clip. Actually, these are the set of questions we've got. I would like to show you a clip. Yes, I would like to show you a clip of like a reminder of why we are here. So listen.
Over what? You should be ashamed.
On the justice
Should be ashamed. Yes, thank you very much. And this is a time where I introduce to you the one and only Judge Funmi. You are welcome. Thank you for joining us today. Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Dr. Bumibel.
Thank you, Ma. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate your time. Very, very busy, but she still found time out of no time to be here with us. I'm just melting within me. Like, wow. So, viewers out there, you are listening to the one and only Judge Funmi on the show. I'll read a comment somebody sent earlier. Someone says, "Hi Judge, I am ready. I'm really impressed with the way God has been using you to settle disputes here, and there has been posted on YouTube. Okay, may God continue to strengthen you." Another one, Bimbo Akindele says, "Well done, Judge Funmi. More wisdom for you, ma." So please more comments. Thank you for joining us. Adehaloye, Emily, and Bimbola Akindele. A little secret, Bimbola Akindele is my sister. If you look at the face, I'm sure you'll see the resemblance. Okay, so thank you very much. We go straight into it now. Oh, another one says, Peace Tom says, "I love you so much, ma." Wow. Accolades coming in here and there. Before we start, I would like to ask, could you please introduce yourself, ma?
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Bumibel. And hello to everyone. My name is Funmi Asaolu. I was called to the Nigerian bar over 30 years ago and became a certified mediator 14 years ago. Then 2 years ago, I became certified to resolve dispute online, that is ODR. Currently, I preside at the Justice Court. And Justice Court is an alternative dispute resolution process that was set up to decongest the regular traditional court system. It's less acrimonious, and litigants don't have to pay anything to have their case heard at Justice Court. We preside over only civil cases. And more so, the Justice Court is set up to assist people that ordinarily may not be able to afford the services of a lawyer.
Oh,
That's it.
thank you very much, ma. So it's a free service. Wow. Okay. I think we'll go straight to the questions because so many people have been buzzing us with questions. Oh, before we go to the questions, let me read the comments here. Peace Tom says, I always watch your video. God bless you for all you do and have done to settle people's problems. Pastor Taiwo Akindele says, Judge Funmi, you have profound wisdom to judge domestic business and other civil issues. So thank you very much. And that Pastor Taiwo Akindele is also my in-law, my brother-in-law. Okay, thank you very much for coming in, everyone. I'm still expecting more comments. Please rain them down. Rain them down. If you have been watching Justice Court, I have been binge watching on it. And every time I watch, I'm like, wow. I can go on and on with the adjectives, I think, to qualify you. Patience, you sit through all those questions, all those rantings and so many emotions going here and there. And I'm like, wow, this woman is patient. And so many. So please, viewers, type in what are those adjectives you like to qualify Judge Funmi with. We go on with the questions now. One of the questions is, how do you keep yourself from getting emotional at a pathetic case brought before you?
It's difficult not to get emotional over cases. Sure, I do get emotional over the cases, that a lot of them, because a lot of them are pathetic in nature. But what I always try to do is to patiently listen to everyone, make sure I'm unbiased, and use the law I apply the law as it is. And also, I equally advise the litigants as well. I do advise them on things to do so that they don't run into similar problem in future and for others to learn from.
Wow. Okay, thank you very much. So you sometimes get emotional because some of us, like one of my friends said, when I was listening to that guy, I just felt like putting my hands through the TV to slap him. What are you saying? And I'm thinking, well, I know. So yeah, you're very patient. Thank God for that grace for you. All right, I will go on to the next one. Before I go on, someone says, "Oh, yesterday's video was so in touch, or maybe was so touching. I guess that's what she wanted to say." So yeah, and people are binge watching on that on Justice Court. So the next one, oops. The next one is, so following on from that question about being how do you prevent yourself from being emotional? Another question here relating to that says, is there any particular civil case? Oops. Is there any particular civil case that you presided over and you are more sympathetic towards?
Yeah, several of them, several. But my top list is the one that involved a young man of about 25 years old that had sickle cell anemia and was maltreated by the stepdad, and it was affecting the marriage between the stepdad and the mom as well. It was very touching. No, that's the most emotional one that I've had cause to preside over. But thankfully, with the support of good Samaritans out there, he has commenced his medical treatments. And we're on the lookout to secure an accommodation for him right now.
Wow.
And thereafter, we hope to be able to set him up in such a way that he can have an independent source of income as well.
Wow. 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 Thank you very much. Samuel Kalu says, yes, I watched that one. Yeah, I think everyone in fact, I had when the clip came up on my status, someone said, can you send this to me, please? Because it was, even from the short clip, it was so emotional to watch and to listen to. Yeah, thank you very much for all that you do. I can't say this enough. You're doing so much, adding value to the lives of people. And I know I'm sure there will be some cases you will be solving even outside the live studio. So that's where this question comes up. Someone's asking, saying, what proportion of submitted cases make it to the TV broadcast? Do you solve some cases privately outside the court?
The one that gets to court is not even up to 1/10 of the
Wow.
cases that are resolved. A lot are done by the legal team as well. I'll give
Hmm.
them credit for that because they are the one that shortlist cases
Hmm.
and try to resolve. It's those that they feel at the point they need to refer to me that comes to me.
Wow. Wow, wow, that's 1/10. You said. I know. I watch Bracket Family, and every time I watch that, I'm just like, whoa, there's so much problem in the world. You watch that as well, and it's kind of wow. So it's amazing. Oh, okay. Somebody very important to me, Grandpa Babatunde, that's my dad. It says, how do you unravel complicated cases when parties come before you with loaded lies? Exactly. I'll tie that up to another question, so that you can answer both together, which is saying, um, what measures do what measures have you let me make that bigger. What measures have been put in place to prevent people from taking advantage of the initiative, thereby hindering genuine cases from being helped? So that ties that question together with what Daddy said. Over to you.
On the first part of the question, the point is when you lie and you keep on talking and questions are being asked, and over time, the gap will be there. There will be a lacuna. And that's why I'm always very patient with them. I
Hmm.
allow them to keep on talking for as much as they are ready to talk. And in between, I start picking what is not rhyming.
Hmm.
And then I'm moving on that.
Wow.
And everybody watching will start saying, even because the way it's going, it
Hmm.
becomes obvious that the person is lying. Then on structure in place. First of all, our cases are submitted online to the website. So nobody walks into the legal team. When the legal team goes through, they reach out to the defendants, and when it's needed, they set up a meeting.
Hmm.
At that point in time, they are both coming in at the same time. Although at times they might reach out to the complainant to bring in more evidence to support his or her case. Then all our cases are strictly treated on first to be submitted basis.
Hmm.
And when the case is submitted, which is a particular number, the website is shut down,
Wow.
submission of
Really?
cases, and the legal team start to treat the backlog of cases. At times, it takes months
Hmm.
for them to go through, and we start having pressure from people that want to submit their cases. And everybody believes their case is very urgent anyway, but there's
Wow.
nothing we can. So that's what we do. So usually nobody have that direct contact with them because it's submitted online. I know at times the legal team waive it for the illiterates
Hmm.
for them to come around because we have a phone number where they send in their messages through WhatsApp as well to the legal team. So that is it.
Wow.
That is it. And they do investigate because by the time you speak with the defendant,
Hmm.
give you their own, then they go back to the plaintiff again until they are satisfied. Then at that point, they bring them in.
Wow. You're doing a lot of work. So you have to shut down the website. I'll actually show the website now. Let me stop this one and show the website where cases are being submitted for the benefit of those who know people in a terrible situation where they feel, justice court is the place to help them get justice for whatever they're going through. So this is it. It's called the justicecourt.com. At the moment, it's active. So, hey, if you have any problem, just run there, submit before it gets closed, because it gets closed at some point. So thank you very much for letting us know that, Ma. Now, before we go ahead, I would like to ask some of the questions and read some of the questions asked here. Tawo Akindele says, Judge Funmi, we don't get to see or hear how some cases ended. Are there back-end resolution to such cases, e.g., a lady banker that got into a wrong guy that left her with 2 kids and went to remarry? Okay, I haven't watched that one. Itching to watch it. Over to you, ma.
That matter is episode 100. That's Anastasia. In fact, after the matter was shown on TV, a woman from UK, I would have mentioned her name, I don't know that she would love that, picked her up.
Wow.
And, yes. And got an apartment for her, a 3-bedroom apartment, put her children in school. And just last week, I got her to go and attend an interview somewhere. We're in the process of getting a job for her. She has since moved on.
Wow. Wow, she has since moved on. Wow, that is interesting. So there's so many things going on behind the scene that we don't get to see. Thank you very much for bringing that up, Pastor Akindele. Thank you very much. Another question here before we go back to our other question says, how do people get to bring their cases to your court? Outside funding, are there other ways one can partner with your project? Wow, that's somebody I know very well who is I wouldn't say too much, but yeah. So someone is asking, how can they partner with your project?
Okay, on the first part of the question, cases are submitted online, as I said earlier on. And right now, I mean, even from onset, we've been looking forward to having sponsors, which we are yet to get. So we're very happy to partner with anyone that is willing to come on board with us.
Wow. Okay. So you heard that, everyone. They're very happy to partner with anyone who has who is of the same focus as the Justice Court. And so please, but how do they get you? Do they get you on the website? Do they get you? How do they reach out?
My phone number is out there on even my name is there, but the number is 08.
Okay, I'll write that down. 1 minute. Okay, 0. That's +234. Yep. I want to put it on the screen now. 08
07
807. Yep.
873
873
23
23
90.
90. Okay, so you've all heard it. For those who are itching to be a part of this wonderful initiative, like one of my friends said when I put that advert on, said, "Oh, this sounds like Boromiro." In those days when we're growing up, Boromiro. There was one program like that, and I know when I was discussing with you, you mentioned something about it. Do you want to? I don't know if it's okay to say a bit about, how it all started, how the journey all started.
The Justice Court.
Yes.
The Justice Court, we started sometime in January 2020, before the COVID came up in March. And I just mentioned the aims and goals. And a research was done. I have an executive director. whose idea it was to set up the Justice Court, really. And I had to do a lot of research because there are a lot of them in the Western world. But at the end of the day, we had to adapt. It's a bit different. We had to adapt it in such a manner that it will be beneficial to Nigerians. So that's how it came up.
Okay. And then the Goromiro thing, you mentioned a bit of.
Boromiro. I mentioned, yes, in our discussion, I mentioned whether you remember Boromiro, and that Boromiro, we have the technical team, the man heading our technical team. I personally call him Baba. Because he was involved in Boromiro. So
Mm,
he's one of the ones in charge with us right there, right now. He's working with
mm,
us.
great, great. So
But
he has brought the skills,
I
transferable skills.
also mentioned that the director too was with um, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? Yes,
Yes.
that program. He has worked with them before. So we have seasoned hands on board.
Wow.
Highly
Wonderful. Seasoned
experienced,
hands.
highly experienced people.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll just go through the comments again. Also, Pastor Akindele says, wow, okay, to the support. So, yeah, if you're listening, please support those of you who are very passionate about um making the day count, adding value to lives. There you go. Because I know there's so many philanthropists and people who do charity work or NGOs who are ready to take on some of these would I say cases or who are ready to support. Bisola Akpata, that's my sister. You are such a compassionate person. God bless you for all you do. She's clapping
Thank
hands. Thank
thank
you.
you.
Okay, and another Pastor Ade Akindele says, my heart bled for that lady because I know others. She's talking about the lady who you talked about just now, as somebody has picked up, who has moved on since then. It says my heart bled for that lady because I know she was just quite unfortunate. I pray that God will sort her out. I am happy to hear her sorted and settled. Kudos, your honor. Okay, so yeah, thank you very much. All right, I will go straight to the other questions because I don't want us to stay. We've spent 23 minutes already, and I don't want to keep our judge for too long because she's been so generous with her time. The next question is: from marriage cases you have handled, what is your main advice to singles hoping to have a successful marriage?
For the singles, my first advice to them would be that the two of them should have a source of income
Hmm.
because the economy right now is not quite friendly. And the women too should be able to put something on the table towards the financial burden
Hmm.
on the men. Then they should study each other very well during courtship and watch out for red flag or things that they know they will not be able to tolerate while married. The red flags are always there,
Hmm.
just that we sometimes ignore them. They are there. They
Yeah,
don't go
they say
away.
love is blind, isn't it? Is nowadays I think the eyes are open or it opens in the court. Oh,
And also on the number of children,
hmm,
they should make sure that the number of children they have is such that if push comes to shove, either of them can single-handedly take
hmm,
care of them and train them. And when they get married, the early stage of marriage is usually a bit shaky.
hmm,
If they start having problems, particularly whether psychological, emotional, or domestic, physical abuse, they should reach out to professional marriage counselors. They are trained for it and be able to guide them right.
Yeah.
Not just the priest. They should go for professional counseling. That is it.
Mm.
They should be
Thank you.
tolerant.
Yeah.
They should be, yes, they should be patient. They should be tolerant. Nobody is perfect. They should be able to be patient, understand each other, and accept each other for who they are.
Mm.
Most of them go into marriage believing they can change the other party. It's not always so. What you see is what you get.
Well, there's a lot of wisdom nuggets there. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That's very helpful. So, singles listening, and even the married couples who are still trying to, find their bearing, who are maybe newly married or married for long, those are things we need to look out for. Big tolerance is very important. Tolerance. Thank you very much, ma. I'll go on to the next question. Or before then, let me see if there's any other comments. Okay. So, viewers, if you're watching, please like, share, comments, support, whatever it is you have to do. Just send this to people. Let them come and listen to the wealth of wisdom we have here. It's a very rare moment to have time with Judge Funmi here, dishing out all of her wisdom to us in a very unique way. And please share the video, like, and comment. Someone called Peter Egg says, what was the inspiration for the show? I think you've mentioned it, but I'll just maybe leave you to answer that. What was the inspiration for the show? Okay. Internet is playing up on us. All right. I'm guessing the internet is playing up on us at the moment. Judge Funmi, are you there? Okay. So, while we wait for Judge Funmi to come back on, I guess there is a technical itch somewhere from behind us, from where she is. But before we connect back to her, I will just show you something you would like to see, part of what we have been doing. And that is,
anytime that I did not have money to dress this leg, truly the leg smells. But sometimes when I talk to him, that please help me, I need money to dress this boy leg. He has been smelling. I don't want him to.
so it's so amazing to see. Thank you very much for joining back. The internet went cuckoo at some point. So thank you very much, ma. I was asking the question of Peter Egg, who says, what was the inspiration for the show?
Yes, I said the inspiration for the show is to decongest the cost list at the traditional regular courts.
Yeah, our internet again is playing up. Okay, so like we heard, the inspiration for the show was to decongest, the number of cases that we're having in the other court, and it's actually, because you have so many cases adjourned and all of that, and a pile up. But the inspiration was to help out, reduce the workload for the other courts. All right. Let me see if I can. For some reason, it is playing up again. It is playing up. That's why we always skeptical with with bringing live shows from Nigeria. But hey, we will get there. We will get there. We will get there. If I was in put my Nigeria hat on, I would say the devil is a liar. Yes, so the devil is a liar. So don't worry. Just keep watching. We will get there. But it was nice so far. Let me put another clip on from I think for people who didn't watch from the beginning. I will put this one on so you can.
On the Justice Court, a young entrepreneur with high hopes of growing his business, a credit facility that turned really messy, and an arrogant customer who is not ashamed to be indebted to a small.
Yeah, thank you for echoing that back. So we're still waiting. We're still waiting. But before we go, I will just show you. Let's go together on YouTube to see how how to get the video. For those who are just watching for the first time thinking, I've never heard of this program before, this is a time for you to have a look at this. So we have the website. We have this website for the Justice Court, and this is where it says meet Judge Funmi, and here is her page. Here is a page that talks about what she has, her educational background, her experience, where she has worked, her skills. So if you want to read more about our guest for today, we do not want to waste so much time introducing her, but she's got a lot of experience, and I was going to ask her hobbies. She says she relaxes by playing golf, watching reality shows, and reading and dancing. Maybe we'll hear from the horse's mouth soon. So that is her webpage, and if you want to know about the Justice Court, if you want to support them, this is where to go to see what they do, what their mission and the vision is, or visions are. And all of these are being watched in various parts of the world, on those channels. And you can connect with them. Yep, that's the number. You can see the number there, and that is the email address. Let me see if she's here now. No, she is not. I'm hoping she's going to join us back very soon. So let's keep on waiting. Maybe I should put, is there anyone who wants to suggest which one to put? Which of the videos of Justice Court do you think, if you had a chance of asking her a question, which one do you want us to put on now while we wait for her to connect back? Any suggestions from those watching? Any suggestions? Anyone that you've watched? Is there any of the videos you've watched on Justice Court that you think, wow, I wish everyone could watch this? Because there's so many of them. I've been watching and I've not even finished watching. I've been binge watching. I've not finished watching them. Any suggestions? And the YouTube channel, let me go see if I can get the YouTube channel on here. Okay, so, from here, anybody has a choice of which one to watch. And I also love those times when they kind of, I think twice now, they've done a DNA test, that I've watched, done a DNA test, and the truth eventually comes up and you're like, what? So those are cases that sometimes blow me out of the water. Are there any suggestions? Connections? Okay, if there are no suggestions, I'll just look at the ones I think we can look at, which I haven't watched before. What were we saying before your toll went down? But anyway, someone says, I watched this episode too. It was quite pathetic. People are really going through hell. Yes, people are really going through hell on earth. Thank you very much, Matt. Before the internet plays up again, I'll just go quickly to the question. The next question is, let me put it back up. The next question, yes. So it says on here, we've looked at those ones. It says, have you ever lost sleep over deciding on a verdict?
No, not at all. Because I always make sure that I listen very well, I probe very well before I give my verdict. No, not at all.
Oh, great. I think it's
I
all
try as
the
much as possible.
yeah, okay, great. Because I think it's all the ones where they adjourn and all of this. That's where all this losing of sleep comes in. Okay, anyway, thank you very much for being frank with us. Thank you. The next one says, I think have I put that on? The next one says, is there any case that has affected you most? I think, yeah, you've mentioned that already. And that's the case of the one we just watched where the boy was a sickle cell and he was driven out by the father. Yeah, thank you very much for answering that. The next one is, what was the funniest thing that has ever happened in court? What was the funniest thing that has ever happened in court?
The funniest thing is when we started giving out, when we became charitable in the manner that we give out money to assist some litigants. Then suddenly we started having series of cases. And the funniest one was a woman who happened to be a tenant, was owing the landlord money. The landlord did not disturb her in any way. And she brought the matter to court and asked us to help her pay the rent. We had series of them at that period. Eventually, we decided to air about two of them on TV so that it will correct that notion. They will understand that it's not an NGO. That's the funny.
Yeah, and I remember one too. Yeah. All right, thank you. I remember one too that you were very cross with. She was the one owing, and she brought the person to court and said, "Oh, she's troubling my life," and you were like, "You're the one owing this person," and you brought her to court. They say, "Yeah, because she's troubling my life," or something like that. I was like, so those are things you watch even in that emotional situation. You're like, you still have time to laugh over some of these cases. Thank you very much, Ma, for what you do. So inspiring to hear. Before I read the I just want to use this time that we have the internet up and running to answer all the questions. It says, have you ever felt okay, no, we've done that one. What do you enjoy doing when not in a courtroom, like your hobbies? Okay.
Hobbies. I play golf.
Golf.
I love watching reality TV show. I love reading, not the ebook. I love the hard copy, old school type. I love reading.
Wow.
And I love dancing. A lot.
Wow.
Then I have passion for rehabilitation of those involved in illicit drug. Actually, I have a club, Ogumosho, yes, Ogumosho Initiative, Ogumosho First Group Initiative, where we have a rehab center to treat such people. Yes.
Wow.
Those
okay.
are I do when I'm not just
Interesting. So I think I haven't seen a woman say I love playing golf, or maybe because I haven't. It's so stereotypical. I haven't heard. I haven't seen anyone as in a woman playing golf. I haven't seen, but you're the first one I'm seeing. Yeah, I know. I'm sure you have so many of them in your group. Wow. So inspiring. So maybe I'll have to go and learn how to play golf as well. Another okay. The internet is playing up on us. The last one. Don't go, internet. The last one before the internet goes away again. Are you back? Okay. Yes. Okay, you're back. The final one. Final one on Slido, but there are some pile-up of questions on the comments. Thank you very much for those viewers watching, those who have stuck with us till this very time. Thank you very much for staying with us. And please continue to write your comments. An adjective to qualify Judge Funmi. Please write there. Patient, straightforward, whatever adjective you think qualifies, please write right in the chat. The last question: if you had the attention of the federal government regarding justice in Nigeria, what will you ask for? So if you had a magic wand, ask and it shall be given, what would that be? Over to you, ma.
There are lots of them, lots, several ones.
Hmm.
But the top list for me still has to do with domestic violence
Hmm.
because it's very rampant among the cases that are brought to the justice court. And a lot of people that don't even air on TV, they call me middle of the night, so on,
Hmm.
a lot all over. Yes. So I would love the legislative act to work on that, to cover all the states and those that have not adopted to adopt. Lagos State has its own. So the other
Hmm.
states too, they can adopt them on the abandonment of children. When couples have issues, the men just walk out, most of them, and they leave the children. They don't even think about the welfare of the children.
Hmm.
And they go and marry somebody else, and that's just it. And I don't think that's fair on the children. Those two in particular, the enforcement, yeah, there should be something done about it.
Hmm.
And ordinarily, domestic violence is a criminal case. And
Okay. So Judge Funmi has talked about um she has talked about abandonment of children and domestic violence. I remember on this channel, if you haven't watched the cases of, I've interviewed people who have gone through domestic violence. We have we have interviewed people who have gone through domestic violence. We have discussed about domestic violence a lot in this channel, and people who have gone through it, who are still going through it, who have what they have done to come out of it. So please watch previous videos and you will see domestic violence is a big thing in our society today, everywhere, not just in Africa, every part of the continent. So as you were saying, Ma, thank you very much.
I said, when those affected, when the victim approach the law enforcement agent, particularly the police station, it's usually treated like a civil matter here because they try to resolve it and just ask the man to write an undertaking that he's not going to hit her again or touch her, physically abuse her. And they ask them to go home.
Mm,
So it's an area, and I don't really think, even though it's made a sorry, criminal matter is a criminal matter, but then we have some people that grew up in such toxic environment. The parents were constantly having that,
mm,
and they grew up there, and they got married believing that's the normal way to live, not because they intended to commit a crime, but they just feel that's the norm, that's the way it should be. So these are all things that we love the government to really work on and
mm.
educate people about it, and not just having the law, but enforcement of the law, that there should be a way that
Yeah.
it will be enforced.
All right. So many things. Wow. So many things
Can you hear me?
to ask for. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you, ma.
Hello?
Hello? I can hear you. Oh, okay. The internet is playing up again. But I will go through all the comments again. So thank you very much, Ade Haloye Emily. Thank you very much, Bimbola Kindele. Thank you very much, Peace Tom. Thank you very much for all your comments. Thank you, Pastor Taiwo Akindele. Thank you, Peace Tom again. Thank you, Samuel Kalu, brother Samuel Kalu. Thank you, Grandpa Babatunde. Thank you for your comments. Really appreciate seeing you here. We haven't finished. There's still some questions on the chat that Judge Fumi would need to help us answer before she finally goes. Also, thank you very much again. Thank you, Mrs. Akpata, Bisola Akpata. Thank you very much. And that is the number for Judge Funmi. You can watch this again, share with someone, comment, subscribe, and this is where to support the Justice Court with whatever you can. Thank you very much, Peter AIG. Thank you very much for your question. Thank you, Growth Mindsets. Thank you very much. Thank you for your comments, Growth Mindset. Thank you, Bisola Kwata again. Thank you. Now, the next question we will be asking is this: is there any right of appeal for decided cases in the Justice Court? Before we as we wait for just Judge Funmi to come on, we will carry on with what we were watching earlier.
Adebayo, Parties one or not?
There are two of them. Let me take Oladipupo Busura Atijoba.
When I supplied the material, for him to complain that he does not have money, I should fund him. Even though the money is not my own, he followed me where I loaned the money for him. We went there together, and he followed me to the auntie that, okay, please, auntie, borrow me this money. Let me borrow him. So because without finishing it, without hand over the building, he cannot pay me the money, all the materials I've supplied to him. That's the reason why I loan him that money.
Okay.
For him to complete.
We'll just stop there because Judge Funmi is here. Thank you very much for, we'll be finishing very soon. Thank you very much for just trying as much as possible to always to come on. Thank you. I really appreciate you. One question says from TBC UK, it says, is there any right of appeal for decided cases in the Justice Court?
No. The rulings are final because the litigants already signed for that. So it doesn't really work out well if they have to come here and still after that end up at the traditional court where we want to decongest their cost list. So they signed for it to make it final and binding on them. Wow.
Okay, thank you very much. So they can't appeal. Thank you very much, ma. So Carol says, Judge Funmi Asaolu, thanks for starting Justice Court. God bless you, ma. So adjectives, like I was asking for people to ask, write. Bimbo Akinlele, Mrs. Bimbo Akinlele says unbiased. Okay, if I have to put it in English one, unbiased. Okay, thank you very much. Wise, that's another adjective to qualify you. Grandpa Babatunde says, is there room for legal representation in Justice Court?
Yes, we've had some cases where the litigant brought their lawyers. Yes. They are up there at the YouTube, yes.
Wow, okay. So there's room for legal representation. Thank you. I remember there was one that came with someone who thought he was investing, and then it was this, I don't know, it wasn't an investment. Maybe the guy didn't understand because he was so desperate. He wanted some, he thought he was investing. And then when they spelled out the terms and conditions, it was like, no, that's not what he understood. And I think you were now telling him, the reason for your falling into this is because you didn't read, you didn't understand the terms and conditions. And I think that guy came with a representative then. So I remember, yes, truly some legal representation is allowed. All right, I see how concerned she gets when treating domestic violence cases. Okay, thank you very much. So they can see that. Folake Oluwadare says, God bless you for all you do. You are the Deborah of our generation. You are making positive narrative to the defect of our society, and kudos ma, and to the legal team as well. Thank you. So much accolade. Kenny Ojewumi says, God bless you, ma. Bisola Akpata says, calm. And then she says, intelligent. Wow. So youths who are listening, This is the kind of person you would like to be. So start getting some wisdom. Akpan Gloria FYI says, "Can I bring him to?" Oh, okay. Who are you bringing to court? It says, "Can I bring him to court?" I don't get that. Please, could you? I think you've cut part of your sentence away. So Akpan Gloria FYI, please complete your sentence so we can understand what you're trying to say. Bisola says, we can hear you. Olufe says, God bless you. All right, so that's all we have. Are there any last words, Ma? Because I know we have overstayed our time. Really enjoyed every moment of you being here. Thank you.
I'd love to thank everyone for the encomium that's been poured on me. This is so interesting, and thanks for the feedback. And Dr. Bubibel, thanks for what you do as well.
Thank you, Ma.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here. God bless everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ma. Thank you very much. I can't thank you enough. So please, everyone online, just say thank you. Shower the thank you. Let it rain down. Come on, pour it out. They say thank you and let us appreciate the time spent here. 1 hour, 3 minutes is no joke. Yes, my dad says thank you, Ma. You are a fantastic asset.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So yes, rain down more. And okay, Falake Oluwadari says, Amen. Thank you, Bumi. God bless you too. All right. Thank you. Amen. Amen. I receive it. Thank you very much. We will wrap it up tonight by saying thank you, and thank you for all you do, making Nigeria a better place. If everyone can just do the little bit they can, I think it will go a long way to make that country great again. So thank you for that initiative. Thank you for Lake. You says thank you, Ma. Olufe says thank you, Ma. TVBC UK says thank you, Ma. God bless you. Thank you. All right. And I'll say thank you very much, Ma, again. I really appreciate your time here.
Thanks a lot. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. You've heard it all. You've heard it all from Judge Funmi. And please, if you've got any comments, any suggestions, or is there anyone you think I should actually bring on the show, please feel free to write a comment, like, share, subscribe as well. Thank you very much for being here with us. We spent so much time here. Every minute of it was a blessing. Thank you, and thank you again. Enjoy the rest of your evening or morning or afternoon. Yes, thank you, Olufe. God bless you, and I say bye-bye.